Alright guys, diecastmania here with another video, and today we're going to be doing a model review of the Shinsei 148 scale Komatsu PC100-3 hydraulic excavator. Now, this model shares some components with earlier Komatsu scale models of the size, being the 12HT Komatsu Bucyrus from the 1970s, and the slightly newer PC100-1 series. So this model utilizes parts from both, being the boom, stick, bucket, and undercarriage, which leads to some minor inaccuracies that really can't be noticed unless you really look at this model closely. So anyway, on with the review. This model would have come out with the real machine around 1984 and been produced into 1988 or so, before the -3 series was superseded by the original Avance PC-5 series. So anyway, this model, or machine rather, is around the 10 metric ton range. So it's a little bit smaller than the Cat 312BL. But anyway, here we go. This model has a decent amount of detail and functionality for its age. I'm going to start off with the functionality. The tracks do roll and there are rubber. They made a version with yellow rubber tracks too, as you can see. But one thing to really look out for when you're looking at this model is the rubber tracks. As with most rubber track models of its age, as you can see, there might be some small hairline cracks on them, and they tend to kind of want to dry rot over time. But anyway, the model rotates 360 degrees, although it is quite stiff in some areas. The stick curls out that far, curls in this far, bucket curls out that far, which is okay, and has a decent curl inward. There you have the transport position, and here we have the full reach, which it's decent, as well as the digging depth on this model, which is quite deep, as you can see. Detail-wise, this model still is fairly detailed, especially for its age. Starting with the body, we can see all the fine casting. We can see there's a window up there, and that would probably be where on the real machine you could flip it up to cover it. As you can see here, you can see the door lines, the latch. Inside the cab we have some decent detailing. We can see all the controls highlighted in chrome, with the sticks to control the travel of the machine, and the early pilot controls with the post set up front, and the long sticks up with the knobs at the top to control the various functions of the machine, such as the boom, stick, bucket, swing, and we can see the seat back there. And that's how it would have been on the real machine, with the controls up front with tall sticks. Now looking towards the back of the model, you can see cast in vent detailing. All the decaling on this model is adhesive. Looked quite nice though, you can't really tell from a distance. And this simply would be a Japanese warning decal telling you to be careful as the machine rotates around there. I believe that's what it says. Up here we can see vents, the anti-slip texturing, fill cap, more etched anti-slip texturing there, casted in rather. Now we can see plastic hydraulic lines between the cylinders, and some metal ones casted in here. On one side of the boom we can see the Komatsu graphic and the work light. On the other side of the boom there is no decal, as I believe that was a customary Japanese tradition, so to speak, on excavators, that they only put the decaling on one side of the boom. You can see casted here, hydraulic line leading to the bucket cylinder, and as with most Shinsei models of its age, the linkages are not painted. Now on the undercarriage we can see the drive motors here set back so they're not damaged easily. An interesting thing is that the drive sprocket detailing is actually part of the main frame of the undercarriage. It does not move with the sprocket itself, which is interesting. You can see the teeth cast in around there. You can see one top carrier roller and the bottom rollers, as well as the guide along there. Underneath, there's a little bit more detailing with the seals or all the bolts for the connection. So this model is fairly nice, as you can see, but one of the inaccuracies would be the hydraulic cylinders, as these ones are the same cylinders that were on the 12HT Komatsu Bucyrus machine, which really would not be used on the PC100-3. These are the old style cylinders with the square bolt-on caps, which, like I said, are not accurate to this machine, but you really can't tell. But here it is next to a Cat 312BL. I'll put them side by side. Obviously the Komatsu is a little bit smaller as it's a slightly smaller machine, but they are generally a similar size. And it will load a dump truck no problem. And here it is with a skid steer, the Bobcat S750. So anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this review.